If you're a real estate developer, you're watching this, you're saying, what is this? This is ridiculous. Of all the things that Trump's being accused of and being litigated for and indicted for, this is not his problem.
You want to know why they're going after Trump with this civil fraud case? Because these indictments have been failing miserably, and they're desperate to do anything to get Trump. Hey everyone, welcome to Inverted World. Kevin O'Leary, the host of Shark Tank, went on CNN to talk about Trump's civil fraud case, which New York Attorney General Letitia James has been spearheading. And we know from the beginning that Letitia James has always had this political vendetta against Trump.
Letitia James campaigned for Attorney General in 2018, specifically on a promise of vote for me and I'll get Donald Trump. That's not something she said once. She said it dozens of times. She said it in writing. She fundraised off it. And she wasn't even specific. She didn't say, I'll get him for inflating his assets. At one point, she said he could be indicted for money laundering. At one point, she said, the day after she was elected, she said, and I quote, we're definitely going to sue his ass. He'll know my name. And when you make statements like that, how can you say there's no political angle to this? You can maybe say the facts are there, but it's also political. That's Letitia James's own doing.
So there's no question that her motives are political. Now, before I watched this interview, honestly, I didn't know enough about this case to really give you all of the facts. You know, I don't know that much about real estate in New York. I don't know a whole lot about Trump's business. But when Kevin O'Leary explained the situation here, it helped me understand what every real estate developer goes through, and what Trump did is really nothing out of the ordinary.
You've been doing real estate for decades. Does this case strike you as odd?
Well, let's leave out Trump for a minute, and let's leave out politics and just talk about what happens in real estate development anywhere. You're always trying to show your assets in the brightest light with the sunshine you could possibly determine for them. You want them to be worth the very most, because you're only going to get a 40 or 50% loan to value, as it's called. Then you borrow that money. In the case of a $500 million asset, maybe you get $250 million, and you build a new building with a construction finance loan. And so that's what this case is all about. Forget about Trump. Every single real estate developer everywhere on earth does this. They always talk about their asset being worth a lot, and the bank says no. And that's just the way it is. But I'm not pro or con, or I don't care about the politics. Who lost money? Nobody. The bank got paid back the construction finance loan, and a new building was built.
So he's being accused of fraud without any evidence, when really all he's trying to do is value his assets. And he did the right thing. The bank actually got paid back. There's no real victim here. They are making these claims based off of a property tax assessment, which is different from the actual market value of a place like, say, Mar-a-Lago. They're trying to use a property tax assessment to say that Trump is committing fraud because he valued his property at more than 1,000 to 2,000% more than the tax assessment. And the truth is, what the government says a property is worth has nothing to do with the actual market value, what somebody is actually willing to pay for that property. But to the average Trump hater, those facts don't really matter. They're using this case to, again, paint Trump as a criminal. And it failed with the Alvin Bragg case. It's failing with the Jack Smith case. They're not making headway with any of these other indictments. And what's interesting is they go after Trump for something like this, but not all the other real estate developers that do the same thing, like Kevin O'Leary is saying.
If you're going to sue this case and win, you got to sue every real estate developer everywhere. This is all they do. This is what they do all day long, every day. So I don't think this thing will ever survive appeal, regardless of what the fine is. This doesn't even make sense. If you're a real estate developer, you're watching this, you're saying, what is this? This is ridiculous. Of all the things that Trump's being accused of and being litigated for and indicted for, this is not his problem. He's got much worse problems than this. This is, for real estate developers, this is a joke.
But the reason that Trump is so easily a target in a case like this is because he is a billionaire involved in politics. And when you're a billionaire in politics, you can't be controlled. You are the only one backing yourself financially, whereas all these other establishment Democrats and Republicans, they're being bought and paid for in every other way. So many companies have a hold of these politicians. So what this case does, if they even have one, is to send a message about the billionaires that are involved in politics. And who knows, maybe they'll go after Vivek Ramaswamy for something similar if he starts making more progress. They're trying to hold Trump to a different standard than anybody else. They'll go after Trump for a classified documents case, but not Biden. The Democrats will go after all the things that they're accusing Trump of, but never the things that people in their own party are doing themselves. That's what you call a two-tier justice system. That's what you call weaponizing the justice system.
It's a witch hunt in the truest sense of the word. It's election interference. Letitia James visited Joe Biden in the White House numerous times during the Trump witch hunt. It's all a conspiracy to try and get Biden, who can't put two sentences together, trying to get him into office.
It's a witch hunt, and I think Kevin O'Leary makes it very clear in this interview. Anyways, I think we know how this case is going to pan out. It's certainly not going to end well for Letitia James, that's for sure.
What do I do? What do I do? In the name of God, you've got to tell me.
Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching Inverted World.